Welcome to PowerFX version 2. In this short video, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to point and click and generate effects like these in minutes, plus many of the new features available in version 2. What we're going to do is we're looking at the main menu right now, and we'll just bring this down. And you can see that there's some different options here. The designer is basically what we had in version 1. There's also a couple new engines that help to develop light boxes and such. We're going to start with the designer, and basically we clicked on the access card we want. We scroll down, there's a brief description about it, and then we go to that page. Here we are in the main settings. It hasn't changed all that much. What you will notice right off the bat is there's some help. If you roll your mouse over any of these question marks plus many of the fields, it gives you a tooltip help. Sometimes that could be annoying, so we're going to turn that off for now just so we don't see that flashing, but it's there if you need it. You can always turn it back on. What I'm going to do is there's a new feature where we can load and save animations. So I'm going to do a quick load, and I'm going to load a new animation that I've already created before. And this one is basically the demo of this particular tool with the new headline I'm using in the sales letter. So you can see that was loaded. The settings haven't changed all that much. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that makes sure that the right information is entered and nothing is skipped. But we're just going to go to the next page, and you can see here we are in frame 1 of 7. Now there's a couple things we can do here. First, we can jump to any frame. So there's 7 frames. We can jump to frame 6 if we want and go right there. And we can see what that one is. We can also jump back to the main or frame 1, which I'm going to do now. You can also insert and delete frames here. So if I wanted to insert a new one before this, you'd see now it would be frame 1 of 8. And it will automatically put in a default content, which you can then change. Let's just go ahead and put something in here just for fun. Power Effects V2. Nothing fancy yet, but if we highlight that, we can bold it. We can change the font if we want. Let's pick an Impact as what I've been using. Various font sizes. You can change the colors. Let's make this one a nice green here. You can add images if you want to. You can add links. So there, you can underline stuff. You can do all kinds of things. So there's quite a bit here, and you don't need to know any HTML to do this. It's built in. You can always go into the source code by clicking right down here. There's an editor and source code. And you can tweak it, and it will automatically update itself. I typically like to work in the editor mode. Now, we just inserted that, and we're just going to delete it. It was just kind of to show you some of those features, but let's delete this frame, and we're back to what we started with. We should be back to frame 1 of 7, which will show the one we had before. And from here, you'll see a lot. As far as the features go, you can still preview everything and get your code. You can still preview this frame, and if we look at this frame here, it'll show us just this one frame that we created, what it's going to look like, and that's all we did. We selected it to appear and fade in, and appear, which is fade in and fade out after a duration of 3 seconds. So we can do a variety of things there. We can also save and load, so once we're done, we can save it or load it from here. Let's just go ahead and see what the whole thing looks like. This is what the main sales letter that I did, just to kind of give you an idea of how you can really incorporate this when you add images and different effects that kind of work together. It gives you kind of an indication of it. But really, this is just the beginning of PowerFX, because we're going to start looking at some of the new effects that have come up since in version 2 that deal with light boxes, where you can open up video, audio, images, entire web pages if you want, and more. So from this page, you can see you would just basically grab the code it generates for you and paste it where it tells you in your web page, and you are good to go. So we're going to go back to the main menu. Now, it's a good idea to save that, because we can always bring that back up later if we wanted to. Now I'm going to show you a new engine in version 2 that allows you to open up light boxes containing video, MP3s, images, even entire web pages if you like. It's part of the Fat Fusion engine, which we are going to show you right this moment. Put that down. And this is very simple. You just need to simply enter a few settings. We've got a link title and subtitle. Those are basically the captions that appear in the Lightbox for your video. So for this one, I'm going to show Dead Man Wakes. Abbreviated versions here. It's about headlines. The size, let's make it 550 by 325. You just want to size it to your video. And the web address, let's paste that video in, and then whatever you want the link anchor text to be, watch video. And this is the way it'll appear on your website, watch video. Of course, you can always change that and put an image there or whatever you like. But now we can click on it and see what it'll look like on our web page. Scroll down a little bit there. And just like that. And you can see we have our caption, our subcaption there. We can start playing the video.
Hi, John Ritzko is here.
The video will start playing. We also can do that with MP3s, where we have a built-in MP3 player, images, web pages, and more. There's so much more you can do in these Lightboxes that we barely even scratched the surface, but I think that'll give you an overview. One thing I do want to show you is one other engine that allows you to kind of group these together. And I'm going to show you that next. Let's close that and move on to the next one. We're back at the main menu now. We're going to select Graybox, which is another new engine. Similar to Fat Fusion, it allows some unique capabilities, though. This one allows you to group sets of images or web pages together. And you'll notice very similar settings here as far as what you need to do. You need a caption. But this way you can specify the type of link and whether it's part of a set or not part of a set. And then you got some other options here. You can make a default size. You can make it full screen. You can center it. What I'm going to show you is an example. What is a set? It kind of gives you an overview of what these mean. And for example, here's a set that I created of images using this tool. Six-figure list is one. Notice that there's 3 links in a row there. And what we want to do is, it's probably hard to see that up here because it's really a full screen thing, but you can see it says 1 of 3. Over here is our caption. And we can actually page through these and go to the next one. 2 of 3 would be the box for this set. 3 of 3 would be another one. So you can arrange them in sets. And there's a close button just off the page here. Same thing goes for websites. We've got launch Google and launch Yahoo. Well, it's going to launch it in a full page mode. That's Google's latest logo. 1 of 2. If we go to the next one, we'll see Yahoo there. And that's an example of sets. You can allow them to page through. Yahoo seems to be loading a little bit slow, but there we go. You can page through web pages, page through images. So it's another advantage, a different way of doing Lightboxes with a different engine. By now you've seen just some of what PowerFX version 2 can do for your website. That'll help you to stand out from the clutter and not look like another Me Too website out there. We're always adding new features. We've got several new engines in version 2 that can be combined in some innovative ways, limited only by your imagination. And we'll have more ahead as we give you free updates for life. We add a new engine, you get it. And your purchase now will secure that forever. So go ahead, scroll down, grab your copy today before the price goes up or before this software is no longer available. Thank you.